You're looking at me. You're standing behind me and I can feel it. Not your hands, not your breath, your eyes. This is how it has always been. They call this Petit Rat at the Paris Opera. It sounds almost sweet until you understand what it means. Small, quick, dirty, poor, replaceable. We learned to move like music, but we lived like workers. My feet learned pain before they learned beauty. People think ballet begins with velvet curtains and applause. For me, it began with cold corridors, early mornings, and the smell of sweat caught in costumes that were never really mine. Lessons. There were rules everywhere. Rules about posture, silence, obedience. Rules about what a girl should be grateful for. A teacher's cane on the floor. A correction that felt like a warning. A mirror that never forgave. My body learned discipline the way paper learns ink. Slowly, permanently. My mother counted coins and counted on me. I don't blame her. Hope is expensive when you are poor. The world behind the stage. The stage was bright. Backstage was real. We waited in narrow spaces, shoulder to shoulder, trying not to take up too much air. We learned to smile even when our stomachs were empty. And then there are the men. Not the dancers, not the musicians. The ones who watched from places we weren't supposed to look at. The ones whose money was access, with the power to decide who would be noticed and who would be forgotten. No one wrote that part on the posters. Degas. He was not like the loud ones. He didn't flatter. He didn't rescue. He watched. Edgar Degas came close enough to see the truth that polite people prefer to blur. He looked at my shoulders, my jaw, the way my body held itself when I was trying not to show fear or exhaustion. He wanted the work, not the fantasy. He asked me to stand again and again. Stillness is its own kind of labor. What he made. In his studio, I became a shape he could return to. Wax, cloth, ribbon. A body made into an object. A girl made into an image. He did not make a princess. He made a student. A girl caught between childhood and discipline. Between hunger and ambition. Between being seen and being used. Sometimes I wonder if he understood how dangerous that line was. Sometimes I wonder if he understood too well. 1881. In 1881, they put me on display. They expected a ballerina to be pretty in the way a porcelain doll is pretty, smooth, sweet, harmless. But Degas did not make me harmless. People leaned in. They judged my face as if it were a moral decision. Some critics called me ugly. Some called me vicious. Some wrote as if my body proved something about my class, my mother, my worth. They weren't only looking at Degas' sculpture. They were looking at a working girl and deciding whether she deserved to be seen. After the exhibition, the noise moved on to the next scandal. That is what noise does. I did not become famous. The sculpture did. My name did not travel as far as my image. My breath did not get preserved. My tiredness did not get framed. Fame is a light that rarely shines on the person, only on the shape they leave behind. Disappearing. People say I disappeared. That word makes it sound like magic. It wasn't magic. It was the ordinary vanishing that happens to girls without money, without protection, without a place in the official story. A door closing, a record missing, a life continuing somewhere no one thinks to archive. History is full of that kind of disappearance. Say my name. If you found this diary and read it, then you're already doing something different. You're not only consuming the image, you're following a thread back to the person. Degas made me into a question people could not answer comfortably. Is this art? Is this beauty? Is this a child? Is this labor? Now I'm asking you something too. When you leave, Will you remember that I was someone? Say my name. I am Marie Geneviève Van Gotem.